moment. I'm missing two of my co-chairs. Somebody scream for them. Oh, he decided to make it. I'm still missing one. You can all boo him when he Yes, you can. And good morning, everyone. Oh, come on. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Elaine Adler is here. We have to say good morning. We have to be excited, right? How's everybody doing today? We're good? Okay. I can't start yet because the person who's going to introduce almost everybody in the beginning of the program is not here. Judge Benjamin. And he's here.
He's here. He's talking to the students.
He's talking to the students. Judge Benjamin, talking to the students. You must come in here. You can bring a few with you. We still have a few empty seats. All right. Judge Capote, we have a few seats over here, I believe. Yeah, they can sit down. Anybody who's standing, if there's a seat, take it, please. Take it. You can push these judicial officials out of the way. I give you permission. Is this being recorded already? Don't start. This is Luke. I can't. Benjamin! King Benjamin! Woo! Take your seat. You're first on the program, so you need to be here. All right, now you can start recording. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's great. Welcome to the North Dade Justice Center's annual Law Day celebration. I'm Judge Linda Singer-Stein. Next to me is co-chair Judge Raul Cuervo. And I'm going to ask our co-chairs to stand. Judge Natalie Moore. She's already standing. Judge Ayanna Harris. Judge Chaka Hekwaba. Judge Christopher Benjamin. And our newest co-chair, Circuit Judge Cristina Rivero Correa. We ranked up. We have a circuit judge now. This wonderful event is being live streamed through the 11th Judicial Circuit's YouTube channel. This year, we're once again happy to welcome back our Law Academy students from our neighboring Alonzo and Tracy Morning High School, along with their teacher, Miss Brown. And we also have some visiting students from St. Rose of Lima Middle School, care of our North Dade alum, Judge Betty Capote, and some students from Sheikh Hillel Community School. Some of the students are in this courtroom, and others are in the overflow courtroom. So hello, students, and welcome.
So in 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a great president, by the way, established Law Day. We celebrate Law Day in May every year to cultivate respect for the law and recognize its importance to civilized society. Every year, the ABA adopts a theme for Law Day, and this year's theme is the rule of law and the American dream. The rule of law and the idea that no person is above the law is what ensures the rights of the people to live their lives as freely as possible and to pursue their dreams. All Americans are encouraged to recognize Law Day in May and to reflect on how the rule of law helps to ensure that all Americans have the ability to fulfill their dreams. Our system of laws strives to ensure opportunity, stability, and fairness for all. For 3 decades, the judges of North Dade Justice Center have tried to inspire students of all ages to love the law as much as we do and make this courthouse a place where our community can learn and appreciate our justice system. It just happens coincidentally that the Law Day in those 3 decades happens to coincide with the tenure of 2 amazing women. One of them is Judge Linda Singer-Stein, and the other one is Judge Miriam Lair, who has now an RET after that because she's retired. Now, obviously, Judge Stein is here with us. It's wonderful. Judge Lair, on the other hand, reluctantly was dragged to Venice, Italy by her husband, Bruce. And right now, she's sitting in St. Mark's Square, having an espresso, sipping on it, and wishing she was here at North Miami. So, as part of the effort to inspire students, later in this program, we will be showcasing the North Dade Justice Center Essay Contest winners from Alonzo and Tracy Morning High School and the Shaq Hillel Community School.
But first, I'd like to call up a few of our students who would like to greet you all this morning. Kobe, Isabella, Lucy, and Brandon, please come on up.
Good morning. My name is Kobe Biambi, and I'm a sophomore in the Alonzo and Tracy Morning Law Academy. It's an honor to be around such distinguished members of the community today.
Good morning. My name is Isabella Ramirez. I am a sophomore and a part of the Alonzo and Tracy Morning Law Academy. Meeting so many lawyers and judges is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
My name is Lucy Gonzalez, and I am in 8th grade at St. Rose of Lima Middle School. I want to thank the judges for inviting me and my classmates to learn more about the law.
Good morning. My name is Braden Taylor. I am in the 3rd grade at Bunch Park Elementary School. And I want to be a judge one day.
Thank you to our wonderful students. You can be seated. So Brandon is a regular at the courthouse because his mom is Novelette and she's part of our maintenance staff. He came to court last year with Take Your Child to Work Day, and I fell in love with him. So thank you for being here, all of you. Thank you. We have a great program, so let's get started with Judge Benjamin.
I'd clap. Welcome, everyone, to the North Dade Justice Center and our Law Day program. Please stand for the Sunny Isles Beach Police Department's Honor Guard. We'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by the North Dade Bailiffs, following the amazing Kemi Liz, who will be singing God Bless America.
Everyone, please recite with me the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Please be seated, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Max Stein. I'm an associate at Nelson Mullins. Some of you know it as Broad and Cassell, and most of you guys know me in my most important role as Judge Stein's son. I've been a part of this Law Day ceremony for around 20 years, as I started speaking at this event when I was just 10 years old. Some of you may even remember when I was a lot younger and I had extremely long hair that was all the way down to my back. And, although it looks kind of like I'm growing it back out again, I'm not going to give my boss, Mark Raymond, a heart attack. I'm not growing it out again. He's just been keeping me extremely busy, so thanks, Mark, for that. And although a lot has changed in the last 20 years, one thing has stayed the same, and that is the dedication and support of all the individuals who make this event so special. And I have the great pleasure of introducing one of those individuals today who will be giving today's invocation. Please help me welcome a distinguished attorney and the mayor of the Village of Biscayne Park, Jonathan Groth.
Well, thank you, Max. I appreciate the introduction. If only I could have that type of introduction follow me everywhere, be it commission meetings, any events or court, maybe I'd be doing a little bit better, but I very much appreciate it. So good morning, everyone. Just like to thank Judge Stein for inviting me here to this annual Law Day to provide an invocation to all of you, you fine folks that are here today. So I know we have a very packed agenda, and I know there's a lot of great folks that we're waiting to hear from, so I promised Judge Stein I would keep this brief, and I will go ahead and get started and step aside. Our esteemed judges, court and legal professionals and staff, local elected leaders, students, and to all of you that join us here today for this important purpose, good morning and welcome. As we gather today for Law Day, let us take a moment to reflect on the ideals that unite us in this profession and in public service. Fairness, integrity, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. Today, we express our gratitude for all of those who serve our system of justice, from the local public servants and court personnel here in Miami-Dade County, to the members of Florida's judiciary and legal community, to those serving at the federal level who help us uphold and protect the constitutional principles upon which our nation stands. We are especially mindful of the importance of the rule of law here in the United States, a principle that helps create and maintain a just and fair society by ensuring that all people have access and are entitled to equal treatment under the law, and that their rights are protected and that no individual or institution stands above the rule of law itself. These principles are foundational to public trust, to liberty, and the strength of our democracy. We are thankful for the judges, attorneys, law enforcement officers, elected officials, and public servants whose dedication and sacrifice help preserve these ideals and strengthen our communities each day. May today remind us that justice is not only found in statutes and courtrooms, but in our shared commitment to treating every person with dignity, kindness, fairness, and equal protection under the law. And may we continue to lead with wisdom, civility, and humility, always mindful that our profession and the rule of law itself calls us to place service to others above all else. Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm sure many of you remember, I always say this is the best part of the program. It might say that Judge Hekwaba is here to introduce our dignitaries, but the truth of the matter is I am here just to, everybody's important. Everybody's a dignitary in their own right. So really, what I am here to do is to introduce our elected officials, members of our community, our friends, my colleagues, fellow judges, who have taken the time to come all the way to North Dade Justice Center, the best courthouse, to visit us today. So please, do not be offended if I don't call your name. These are names that were passed to me. At times, somebody is forgotten, not seen. You know, some of you sneak in, and you don't let anyone know you're here. But I first of all want to put on my glasses, you know. And we are delighted to have, first and foremost, this individual who is one of the most important people, at least for the court system, our clerk of courts and comptroller, Juan Fernandez Barkin. Thank you. From the city of Aventura, I have Vice Mayor Clifford Ain. I have Commissioner Paul Cruz. I have Commissioner Cindy Orlinsky. Former Commissioner, the Honorable Dr. Billy Joel. City Manager Brian Pagis. And Police Chief Michael Bentolila. Is there anyone from the city of Aventura I did not mention?
I just left it.
Oh, Commissioner Rachel Friedland. Thank you very much. You see, that was a late sneak in. We also have former Dean of the Florida Senate, Ron Silver. From the city of North Miami, we have Mayor Alex Del Sun. We have Councilman Kevin Burns. Is there anyone from the city of North Miami that did a late sneak in? No. From North Bay Village, I have Councilman Robert Yaffe. From the village of Biscayne Park, we already met Jonathan Groth. From the city of Sunny Isles Beach, we have Mayor Larissa Svetchin. We also have Vice Mayor Jennifer Vizcarra and Commissioner Alex Lama. From the city of North Miami Beach, we have Vice Mayor Mackenzie Florimond. Please don't be shy. Stand up when I call your name. We also have Commissioner Phyllis Smith. We have here one of the most important people to the North Dade Justice Center community, Cheryl Berkowitz. Cheryl, where are you? Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Berkowitz is our topmost sponsor. Please, I want another round of applause for her. We have Mark Raymond. We have Jeffrey Levinson from South State. We have Gary Payette from the Aventura Marketing Council and Chamber of Commerce. Now, going to my professional colleagues and bar associations, we are honored today to have Sia Baker Barnes, the president of the Florida Bar. We have the Cuban American Bar Association. Please, I saw Mr. Montoya. Will all representatives from CABA stand up to be recognized? Okay, thank you. We also have a representative from Dade Legal Aid. I see Latoya Brown. Will all people from, thank you. From Gwen S. Cherry Black Women's Lawyer Association, I see Dominique Gibbs-Sore, President. Is there anyone else from Gwen Cherry that I did not mention? All right. Okay, yes, past president. Okay, and all right, please, ladies, stand up to be recognized. Thank you. From the Haitian American Lawyers, I have Deborah Saint-Ville, past president. From the Miami-Dade Bar Association, I have Ms. Cherise Morgan, past president. From Miami-Dade Fall, Florida Association of Women Lawyers, please will their representatives stand up to be recognized? I guess they're still on their way. We have the North Dade Bar Association also represented. Will the representative stand up? All right, Mr. Lazega, thank you. From the South Broward Bar Association, will their representative please stand up? All right, thank you for being here. Abby Rifkin. From Wilkie D. Ferguson Junior Bar Association, I saw Sam Luddington. Okay. And now I'm going to move on to our judges, my friends and colleagues. We have our distinguished guest speaker, United States Magistrate Judge Deetra Shaw-Wilder. Please give her a round of applause. We have our Deputy Chief Judge, Yvonne Cuesta. Deputy Chief Judge, Gina Beovides. We have our former Chief Judge, Nushin Saifi. We have Judge Lodi Jane, who was formerly a member of the North Dade Justice Community. We also have Judge Michael Barquette, our Administrative Judge of County Civil. Michael, I don't see you. Okay, there he is. We have Judge Andrea Ricka Wolfson. We have Judge Maisha Darrow, also a former member. We have Judge Marcus Bakamas. We have Judge Jose Rohedi. Have I seen Jose? He's still on his way, I'm told. We have Judge Carol Kelly. Judge Elizabeth Espinosa Marin. Judge Maria Elizabeth Mato. Judge Jason Dimitris. Judge Diana Vizcaino, former member. Judge Luis Perez Medina. Judge Joanne Marie Hernandez. Judge Betty Capote. Judge Elaine Sosa Bruzon. We also have Administrative Judge Maria Elena Verde Yanez. And we have retired Judge Mercedes Bach. Please give her a round of applause. I hope there is no colleague of mine that I left.
Eloise.
Oh, my dear friend and colleague.
She forgets me all the time.
Judge Eloisa Correa, and Judge Christopher Green. All right. From the clerk's office, you know, we cannot function without the clerks. You've already met our clerk and comptroller, Juan Fernandez Bakin. We also have Barbie Rodriguez, the chief of staff to the clerk. We have Emilio Vega Camejo, who is the district court's director. We have Paul Collado, assistant director. We have Robert Delfos, our North Dade manager. We have Diana Meneses, who is and we have our action lady, Sandra Bazil. And lastly, we have Diana Rodriguez. Oh, there she is out there. Come on in. There are chairs. We'll find somewhere for you to sit. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that we have. As I said, if I didn't mention you, you are still very important. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes, Artie, another friend of mine, Miss Artie Hirani, president of the Florida Bar Young Lawyers Division. Look, when I'm up here, I have tunnel vision, so I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. But as I said, everyone here is important. We just want to thank you all for being here. We can't do this without you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Natalie Moore. I'm thrilled to be here for another Law Day up in North Dade. I have the honor of introducing our Deputy Chief Judges, Gina Beovides and Yvonne Cuesta. These judges work hard for us every day. All the judges here know how much we appreciate them. They keep us organized and efficient, bring us new technologies, advocate for us at the state of Florida Capitol. We are so grateful, and we are honored to have both of you here today, our Deputy Chiefs. I think I also saw Associate Administrative Judge of the Circuit Criminal Division, Christine Hernandez. Judge Hernandez, thank you for joining us.
Another sneaking.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Chief Judge, Ariana Fajardo, it is my privilege today to be here and to welcome everybody. Thank you for inviting us, and to just give you a few remarks. I want to thank my colleagues, our elected officials, our students. Brandon, you keep that dream going. You keep it going, because you will be a judge if that's what you want. Drive, determination, and education. That is the American dream. And so also members of our community who have taken the time to be here today. Your presence reaffirms the central truth that the law is not an abstract idea. It is what transforms power into ordered liberty. It is what protects the weak from the strong, the minority from the majority, and the citizen from arbitrary government. Law Day has a proud meaning, as you have heard here today, and yes, in 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower proclaimed Law Day on May 1st, but it was also placed strategically in the month of May, on May 1st, to counter communist tenets, because it is associated, May Day is associated with the workers' revolution. So in that very wise idea of his, he says, I'm gonna counter that with the rule of law. And so that is a day, May Day and Law Day, a day set aside to recognize the principles of government under law and the freedoms protected by our legal system. The President's proclamation was a reminder that the rule of law, in contrast with the arbitrary tenets that communism proclaims, is the backbone of our republic. And as I reflect on the principles of our government and this year's national theme, the rule of law and the American dream, I am grateful to live in these United States, without a doubt, the greatest nation in the world, the most, indeed, the most perfect union. I am thankful to live under a system of government founded upon the enduring promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. On this day, it is important to recognize one of our framers' greatest gifts to this nation, the constitutional structure of the separation of powers. You see, the framers understood that liberty and stability cannot endure when too much power is concentrated in any one person, any one institution, and any one branch of government. By dividing authority among three co-equal branches, our Constitution safeguards individual freedoms, it promotes accountability, and it preserves the rule of law. The American dream flourishes where laws are stable, rights are protected, contracts are enforced, and the constitutional boundaries are respected. Our duty as judges, public servants, and citizens is to preserve those enduring principles for future generations. Thank you very much.
It's difficult to follow those words, so I'll leave it with this. To the lawyers in the room, 250 years ago, we're about to celebrate the signing of our Declaration of Independence. 56 people signed that document, 56 men, 25 of them were lawyers. For 250 years, it's been lawyers that have safeguarded those constitutional principles in our framework. That's what the rule of law is about. But it's something that it's an obligation that's shared with every citizen of this country, to understand our responsibility to be civic servants. For those that are in the room next door, our children, we can talk about the rule of law, we can talk about separation of powers, we can teach it, but if we don't model it, we're not teaching the next generation on how to properly do it. That's our responsibility. It's shared among all of us. And I do want to take this point of privilege to thank my colleagues of the 11th Judicial Circuit, what I soon to hope to be, by the end of this year, 130 colleagues. I'd like to personally thank them. My chief would like to personally thank them, because they're not just a walking slogan of the rule of law. They practice it and exercise it every single day. So thank you.
I asked a very special person to come and join our program, one of our alum from the North Dade Justice Center, who was the Associate Administrative Judge while I was the Administrative Judge of County Court Civil. And there's no better person that I can think of who got appointed by the Chief Judge as the Administrative Judge of Circuit Civil.
Circuit Criminal.
I'm sorry. Oh, see, I want you back. Circuit Court, Criminal Court, and she's doing a spectacular job. And thank you, Judge Jean, for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Judge Stein. I am a proud alum of the North Dade Justice Center. We always had a close and professional working relationship among the judges, and that's thanks in part to Judge Stein and Judge Lair, who over the decades have made sure that we work well and professionally together. That extends to working with our clerk of courts. We could not do our jobs without the hardworking clerks that keep us organized. And our clerk, Juan Fernandez Barquin, is dedicated to fostering that relationship. Think about it. He oversees 10 courthouses and many other county buildings where you can get everything from an updated driver's license to a marriage license. And in some of the county buildings, you can also get divorced, right? It's almost like a full service opportunity. We appreciate this close working relationships. He's organized, he's available. We also appreciate the other hardworking deputy clerks that he has delegated some of his responsibilities to. I just want to give a personal shout out to Barbie Rodriguez. If if I need something in the Circuit Criminal Division, I know I can call her and she'll pick up, whether it's 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night. And so here with some remarks is our Clerk of Court, Juan Fernandez Barquin.
You took my my one-stop shop punchline. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, this is the justice system is such an incredible and unique ecosystem, right? You have the judges, you have the lawyers, but you also have the judicial assistants, you have the bailiffs and the clerks, right? And we all have to work together to move things along, to make sure that the machine is working. But specifically in regards to Law Day, what I really wanted to say is that it's a reminder that in America, opportunity is not reserved for the powerful or the privileged. Our laws protect freedom, they encourage hard work, and create a system where anyone, regardless of where they come from, can pursue a better life. The American dream exists because we are a nation of laws, not of arbitrary power. Equal justice, due process, and individual liberty are not just legal principles. They are the promises that allow families and businesses and communities to thrive. As we reflect today, may we continue working to preserve a system that values fairness, protects freedom, and keeps the door of opportunity open for future generations, just like those that are seated here with us. So, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to partake in Law Day for the first time as a North Dade Justice Center judge. Thank you, Judge Stein, and my new colleagues for the opportunity to co-chair this wonderful event. Every year, we congratulate high school student winners of the North Dade Bar Association Law Day Essay Contest. And with thanks to the founding chairperson, Attorney Esther Blinn. Here to introduce this year's winners is the president of the North Dade Bar, family lawyer, and if I may take a point of personal privilege, fellow FIU law graduate. Come on up, Rick Chisever. And he's accompanied by attorney and author Russell Lozego. Fun fact, Russell was a contestant and runner-up of this very essay contest. Right, Russell? Just a couple years ago. We don't have to say that part. That's not in the script. Okay. And thanks to Russell, he now sponsors this contest, and he inspires the creative spark in this generation of aspiring lawyers. And they're going to introduce this year's winners. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. We rehearse this, as you can tell. I'm Rick Chisever, president of the North Dade Bar Association. This is Russell Lozego, our secretary. Many of you are in the North Dade area. We want to thank all of the judges who come to all of our lunches, especially the ones that drive in traffic from all the way down in Miami. We are revamping the organization. Judge, you're going to be on our committee, and we have been told by multiple people that we have the best lunch of any bar association in South Florida, so you're all welcome.
I'm Russell Lozego. I wanted to take the privilege of honoring and naming our winners. Today is the AP US History exam, and so our students are that committed to government and law in the future that many of them will be taking that national exam today. But I did want to recognize and call up any of our students that are here and our winners, starting with our honorable mentions. This year's topic was near and dear to me, about the rule of law and stability. And our kids, most of them wrote about coming from their parents and families fleeing places where the rule of law didn't exist to come here. And as the son of a Holocaust survivor who was born onto a Nazi death list from the minute he was born to make it here, it resonated. And so our future folks, our future lawyers look really bright. These kids were amazing. Honorable mention, Ethan Gutt. If you're here, Ethan. Again, a lot of our kids are taking the AP exam, so honorable mention, Bina Skragovovich. Dina, if you're here. Honorable mention, Alejandro Carreño. Honorable mention, Nika Petrova. And honorable mention, Emmanuel Buckstein.
And now for the third to first place, and everyone receives checks.
One of them is here.
Oh, you can come on down.
Come on down.
Come on
You're
down.
here, please.
Third place, Nadia Guzman. Third place, come on up if we call your name if you're here, Rebecca Levy. Second place, Rebecca Lopez. And first place winner, Jeremy Dejman. I guess a round of applause for everyone who submitted essays. Thank you.
Some of you can come on Russell's side there. We're working our way. Okay, the young lady between Russell and, yes, right so I can see you. Young lady. Looking up, everybody, look at the camera, please. Can we get another? Perfect.
Thank you. How's everybody enjoying themselves so far? Good? Now, the who you've been all waiting for. It's my honor to introduce our featured speaker, United States Magistrate Judge Deetra Shaw Wilder. Judge Shaw Wilder is a native Floridian who grew up in Miami Gardens. At the tender age of 10, a wonderful teacher inspired and encouraged her to become a lawyer. No one else in her family had gone to college, and as the youngest of 6 children, she was determined to be the first. Judge Shaw Wilder went on to fulfill her dreams by graduating college at the University of Florida, Judge Cuervo, and obtaining her law degree from the University of Miami, Judge Villalobos. Straight out of law school, she joined the prominent law firm of Koziak, Tropin, and Throckmorton as their youngest associate. During her 3 decades with the firm, she became managing partner and then of counsel, handling cases as a commercial litigator for complex civil matters in both state and federal courts. Judge Shaw Wilder became an active community leader in several bar associations, some who are here today, including the Gwyneth Cherry, Wilkie D. Ferguson Black Lawyers Association, and Fall. She's also the co-founder of the Koziak Minority Mentoring Foundation, a nonprofit organization that pairs first-generation law students with lawyers and judges who serve as mentors in their pursuit of successful careers in the law. So important. She is truly a trailblazer and leads by example for young lawyers as well as students, many of whom are here today, can learn from Judge Deetra Shaw Wilder. Just last year, everybody made a great decision unanimously by appointing Judge Shaw Wilder, and she was appointed as a United States Magistrate Judge for the Southern District of Florida. She has all the qualities of a respected jurist, smart, full of integrity, and treats everyone with respect. I've known Judge Shaw Wilder for many years, and she is a humble, easy to talk to, positive, and lively person. She's married to her high school sweetheart from Hialeah, Miami Lakes High, and has 2 wonderful adult children. She loves biking, gardening, and all types of outdoor sports. Judge Shaw Wilder has received many awards, notably the Jurisprudence Award from the Anti-Defamation League of Florida, the Joel Eaton Unsung Hero Award from federal court, but my favorite is the Impact Award, Miami Women Who Rock. And you sure do. Everybody, please welcome Judge Deetra Showalter.
No. You can't stand. Thank you so much. Thank you, Judge Stein, and to the committee members. In place? All righty. Thank you, Judge Stein, and to the committee members, and to the judges and the clerk of the court for inviting me to participate today in the Law Day program. I am deeply humbled to talk to you and to share my thoughts about this year's theme, the American Dream and the Rule of Law. And I want to start with a saying, and it's this: when you drop a pebble in the water, the ripples travel far, and the sunbeams that dance upon them just may reflect them to a star. Now, some of you are saying, what does that have to do with Law Day and the American Dream and Rule of Law? And if you will indulge me, just for a few minutes, I'll share my background with you and hopefully show you how that ties into the theme for me. So I was born and raised here in South Florida. I started in the projects that were called the Pork and Bean Projects in Liberty City. My family then moved to what was then called Carroll City, now known as Miami Gardens. I was the youngest of 6 children. My parents went to high school. There was no high school diploma. They went to high school. No one in my family had ever gone to college or even thought about being a professional. And as you can imagine, with that background, it came with a lot of challenges. We had people incarcerated, young teen pregnancy, alcohol, drug abuse, tons of other things. And as you can also probably imagine, with those circumstances, we didn't spend a lot of time dreaming. You spend more time surviving. And a lot of times when you're in a situation where you make decisions based on surviving and not dreaming, it can lead you in a wrong direction. But my mother had great hopes for me. She dreamed for me, and those dreams were anchored in prayers. And one day, at Brentwood Elementary School, for the youngsters here, at a program much like this, someone came to me and said, "Deetra, you can be a lawyer." And that opened up a path for me to start dreaming. And I had no way of knowing, I didn't know what a lawyer was. I'd never seen a lawyer, heard a lawyer, been to a courtroom or a law firm or anything. I was 10 years old. But it set me on a very important path. And for me, that was the pebble. The pebble that dropped for me and ultimately led into ripples that lead me here today, talking to a room full of every dignitary, I believe, in town. And so that moment of you can be. If you don't remember anything I said today about that moment, you can be. It set me upon the American dream that still lives. And I know you would say, well, Deetra, it can't really be that simple. Just you go to someone and you say you can be. And and if I had to debate it, I might agree, no, it's not that simple. However, in my heart of hearts, I know it is simply just that simple. Because I know there are people in this room who have lived the American dream. There's politicians and judges and lawyers. And I bet if we reflected on this moment, you would think you probably had that moment when someone said to you, you can be. For most of us, because we're in the legal profession, it's you can be a lawyer. Or yes, Brandon, you can be a judge. Now, if I'm wrong, please tell me, but raise your hand if someone here, if you had a you can be moment where someone said to you, you can do it, you can be, don't be shy, because it's just that simple for the American dream. Now, for that to work, the American dream has to be alive. And that's the other thing I want to say. It's so easy in these times to say, well, it's no, the American dream isn't here anymore, and especially for young people and young adults, because we think times are hard, gas prices are high, we can't buy a home, things have changed, all of the things that would make us believe, well, the American dream is something of the past. But I want to say today to everyone, let that noise fall to the wayside. The American dream is alive, and it is well if we all pursue it and we work hard for it. And sometimes we are mistaken to believe that the American dream is something of fairy tales and it's all happiness and rainbows. But the American dream, the very concept of it, was born from struggle. And actually, the term the American dream was coined by James Trousseau Adams in his book that he wrote, The Epic of America, that he wrote during the Great Depression. He wrote this book in 1931 in the heart of the Great Depression, was the first time this concept of the American dream came into our lexicon. It was the hardest of times. It was dark times. People didn't know where they would get food. They were rationing food. It was tough. The politics were bad and all of the things that you can think of. And yet he said that in America is a land in which life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone. And that should. It means it's a promise. It should be, but we can work on it and we can fight for it. And we can dream and we can pursue those dreams in this country. So America, a land in which life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, with opportunity for each according to his ability and achievement, and a society where individuals could achieve their fullest stature regardless of their birth circumstances. The American dream is still alive no matter what people will tell you. It was born from harsh circumstances and all throughout our country. Even when people think it's hard, the American dream lives on. And for the young people who are listening and who are in the room, I want to encourage you to find your dream, find your you can be, find that pebble that has been dropped in your life and let the ripples flow and let them reflect, because they can become stars. So for me, that pebble was dropped for me that day as a 10-year-old girl at Brentwood Elementary School. You can be a lawyer. It set into my heart, and I decided I was going to be a lawyer. I started out thinking I was going to be the Attorney General because Bob Bellersworth at the time was the Attorney General, and he had an article in the newspaper that was every Sunday, and he would talk about all the things he was doing to crusade for the people of Florida, and I thought I would become a crusader and I would be the Attorney General. Then I got older and wiser and realized that was a political position and that would not be for me. God bless all the politicians in the room. But I did set my sights and I became a lawyer, and it exceeded anything I could have ever expected. A young girl from Miami Gardens who had never even met a lawyer. I became a commercial litigator in a prominent firm, did all types of things in the law, and then ultimately, after that, I realized I was living my American dream, but I had a call to public service, to the law. And with working very hard, those ripples from that one pebble, and I want to go back, that one pebble, just think a 10-year-old girl, who knew what it would become? But what that became was me having the opportunity to become a lawyer, thankfully a successful lawyer, and able to give back to my community by starting a foundation to make sure that other young people like me who had no exposure to the law would have an opportunity to join, to grow, and to thrive in our profession. So those were some of the pebbles. But the pebbles ran deeper, more than I would ever imagine, that one day, the little girl from Miami Gardens was nominated by the President of the United States of America to become a United States District Court judge. The American dream is still alive and it's still well, because we should be able to live a life beyond our circumstances. And I stand to you saying the American dream is alive and well. So many of you in the room know that I did not become a United States District Court judge for reasons that are not for today, but the nomination cannot be taken away. It is something that, as a result of someone finding in me, you can be. And then something amazing happened. Because I had in me a deep desire to serve my community, I was not going to be denied the opportunity to take everything that I had learned and my love for this community to serve our bench. And because of many of you in this room and many of the people in the community and many relationships and friends that I had that grew from the ripple effects from that one pebble, Detroit, you can be, rallied behind me, and I had the opportunity in September 2nd of 2025 to be appointed as a United States District Court judge. That is a handcuff. That's the power of the American dream. That's the power of the pebble. That's the power of the ripples. That's the American dream, now to the rule of law. So beyond anything I could imagine, I sit as a United States magistrate judge, the guardian of the Constitution, the people who fight for the rule of law. And I have the opportunity every day to sit and make sure that people who come to our legal system are all treated equally, that the rule of law goes above the rule of man. And for the judges in the room, we all know that that takes great discipline, because it's easy to say the rule of law is more important than the rule of man. But as jurists, the power that we have to make sure that the rule of law goes beyond our thoughts, our feelings, our desires, and our beliefs. The rule of law must prevail. And I know I'm in a room full of judges who do that every day, and we know the importance of it. And often, as a United States District Court judge, I sit and I see people, it's their first time coming to our federal system, and usually it's not on their best day. That is because I probably the night before signed an arrest warrant for someone to be charged with a very serious federal crime that takes with it very serious federal time. But yet with that, I make sure that when people come to my court, the rule of law prevails, and our Constitution prevails, and one of those most important things is the presumption of innocence. And because I know that, that causes me to treat everyone who comes into the courtroom with dignity and with respect. And to the ripples. When I'm sitting in the court, the little girl from Liberty City and from Miami Gardens, who someone dropped a pebble and started me on the way of the American dream. And people are there, on some of them their worst day, because they've been charged with a serious crime. Many of them bring their families in, and their children and their young people there. And I am so mindful that I get to sit as a reminder of the American dream being real and being alive. And I know that my very existence sometime is in fact the pebble in the life of someone who has come into court in a very difficult situation, but to be a pebble, to let them know you can be. So I want to end with that on this Law Day about the American dream and the rule of law, to remind all of us that we can be a pebble, that we can fight for the American dream, and we can stand firm and make sure that the rule of law will always prevail for all of us, for our children, for our grandchildren, for the end of time. That America is a great country. The American dream is alive. Thank you very much.
You can be seated, thank you. Or I should ask Judge Showalter if it's okay for you to be seated.
Oh.
Is it okay?
Yes, Judge, yes.
Judge Showalter, thank you so much for being with us. What an honor it is to have you here. And all of us at the North Dade Justice Center, all the judges would like to present you with a token of our appreciation, the sands of time, for your desk. Maybe because you just started last year, you don't have a full desk, so maybe you could do it.
No,
with
thank you so
Can we
much.
take
Thank
some
you.
pictures real quick? Thank you. Who, me? You can see us? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. She's.
Where you trying to go?
Thank you.
Back over. Gotta get it centered just right. Okay, thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank our generous sponsors without whom this program would not have been possible. I want to first thank Cheryl Berkowitz of Fensterscheib and Berkowitz, PA.
Stand up, please.
Yes. Cheryl, you have consistently, year after year, been our top sponsor who always asks one simple question, which is, what more can I do? What do you need done? Anything that we need, you are always there to assist, and we genuinely appreciate all of your support and your partnership over the years. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'd also like to thank the Nelson Mullins Law Firm, JAMS ADR, South State Bank, Aventura Marketing Council, and Crema Gourmet, who provided those delicious sweets and coffee. I saw you running around with your coffee cups and your fresh squeezed orange juice this morning. By you all, I mean myself included in that. And then we have a number of our bar associations that are present. We have CABA, the Colombian American Bar Association, Dade Legal Aid, the Gwen S. Cherry Black Women Lawyers Association, the Haitian American Lawyers, Miami-Dade Bar Association, Miami-Dade Fall, which is the Florida Association of Women Lawyers. We have the North Dade Bar Association, the South Broward Bar Association, and the Wilkie D. Ferguson Jr. Bar Association. Again, we thank all of our sponsors for your continued support of this wonderful program. Thank you so much.
We. Okay, you do that.
All right, I can do it. Thank you to our court family, without whom this program could not be possible. Each and every year, our IT department, sites for taking care of the live stream and recording of our program. We couldn't do without Lowen, Lewis, and Vladimir, our liaison officers, Sergeant Wilson, Officers Lewis, Phillips, Shanks, and Gonzalez. Thanks to our building management, Elizabeth and Walter, and our maintenance crew, Novelette, Abner, and Lou.
Is Lou here anywhere?
Yes.
Lou, can you come up?
Come up here.
Lou! Lou, you've been here here forever, I think almost as long as I've been here. Every time we ask you to do something, you do it with a big smile on your face, and we so appreciate everything that you've done for us. The judges want to give you a certificate of appreciation for all your hard work.
So also, thanks to everyone who made our courtroom so beautiful. They do it every year with the decorations and setup, led by Maria Luisa, who is Judge Singerstein's judicial assistant, J-Cell, who is Judge Heckelba's judicial assistant, Stephanie, Judge Benjamin's judicial assistant, Alexa, my judicial assistant, and her friend Carla, who didn't show up today, but she did a great job. Yeah, she was here last night. And to our building manager, Elizabeth, again, thank you very much. We appreciate, obviously, all the JAs, all the bailiffs, and the clerks who make the program so wonderful each year. So a big hand for all of them.
One more round of applause for the decoration committee, please. I know they were here late because Maria didn't even call me to say they were done, so I don't know what time she was here until. And there's one more person, I know she's going to say, oh no, I don't want to come out. Who do you think it is? Elaine Adler, get over here. Where are you? Judges, please come up and give Elaine our true love and thanks and appreciation every single year. If it weren't for Elaine, none of you would eat, I can tell you that, and it wouldn't be as spectacular of a program as we have. So thank you, Elaine. You have to indulge us. Okay, and because Elaine is so generous and all of our sponsors are so generous, before we do that, all the Bar Association leaders, can you please stand up and be recognized, please? Every Bar Association leader. Charisse, come on, I know you're here too. And any other sponsors, if you haven't already stood, please stand, because we so are grateful for all of you. Thank you. And so thank you all for coming, and because Elaine and our sponsors are generous, we have extra pizza, and so you can go into courtroom 27 if you're still hungry after that delicious breakfast. And if you want to mingle with the students, I think they're still in 2-2. No.